8.5, slope-intercept form. A linear equation of the form y equals mx plus b is said to be in slope-intercept form. Remember, this is very similar to what we had when we had function form. Function form was y equals ax plus b. The only difference is that we now say that m, which used to be our a, is the slope. We found slope in the last lesson. The b is your y-intercept. Oops, sorry. In this example, 2 is your m, that's your slope. 3 is your b, the y-intercept. That means that if I draw this line, it is going to cross on the y-axis at 3. Example 1. Write the equation y equals 2x minus 3 as y equals 2x plus negative 3. Remember that your slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So you want to have that plus sign in. So make sure you change all your subtractions to adding the opposite. What is the slope for this example then? Well, look for the m. Slope is 2. What's the y-intercept? The y-intercept is b, which is negative 3. So just line it up so that it's in the form y equals, there's the m for the slope, the x for the variable, plus b. Example b. Write the equation 4x plus 3y equals 9 in slope-intercept form. Remember, you need to solve for y first. So I add the opposite of 4x, the entire 4x. Again, you can add the opposite, which is adding a negative. You now have 3y left over because this becomes 0. And negative 4x plus 9. How do you get rid of the 3? Times the y, you divide by 3. Remember, you want to divide by a positive 3. Divide 3 by everything. So y equals, you keep this as a fraction. You want to see the rise and the run, so keep it as a fraction. Plus 9 divided by 3 is 3. What is the slope? The slope is always next to x. The slope is negative 4/3. What is the y-intercept? The y-intercept is always after the plus sign. It's not near x at all. It's is 3, positive 3. Identify the slope and the y-intercept of the given equation. All you have to do is tell me m equals, b equals. Pause the video and try this now. The first thing I would do is set it up so that it's in the mx plus b form. Right underneath. And now what you could do is just look to see which one's m. M is negative 3. Look to see which one's b. Well, be careful because you had a subtracting 4, so add a negative, so this should be negative 4 is b. And there's your answer. Example 2, you need to change into y equals mx plus b first. So let's add this opposite. We want to move the x term first. This is a positive 1x, so I subtract 1x or add a negative 1x. That's going to get 0. On the other side, add negative 1x. Where did I get the 1 from? Because right in front of a variable, if it's not there, is a 1. I have negative 2y equals 10 plus negative 1x. And again, you can have the x first or the 10. It does not matter. How do you get rid of this 2? Divide by negative 2. Be careful about the negative. Divide by negative 2. So, negative 2 divided by negative 2 is 1. You left with y equals 10 divided by negative 2 is negative 5. Put this in the calculator. Make sure you have the right answer. Plus negative 1 over negative 2 is positive 1/2 x. Now mine looks a little bit different than y equals mx plus b. So let's line it up with the x's, and right next to x is always your slope. That means this plus, and there's no variable next to negative 5, that's your b. So what's your slope? Slope would be right here with a half. Y-intercept, where does the line cross the y-axis? That would be, right here with b, negative 5. Graphing in slope-intercept form. Graph the equation y equals negative 3/4 x plus 2. First of all, the y-intercept is this 2. That means on the y-axis, I could just go up 2 spaces, and there's my dot. The point is 0, 2. That's your ordered pair that you graph, and there it is, right at y equals 2. The slope is negative 3/4. Put the negative with either the numerator or the denominator. I'm going to just put it up with the numerator. Again, it does not matter. You could also have positive 3 and negative 4. I'll show you that both way works. So let's use what they had, negative 3 over 4. Start at y-intercept, which is this 2. That's the starting point, not 0. Start at y equals 2. We are going to do rise over run. They actually did run first. It does not matter. I'll show you both ways. Here's how they show you on this picture. They did run 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. Now, negative 3 would mean you move down because you're heading towards the negative side of things. Up is positive. So 1, 2, 3, you're now at 4, negative 1. Draw a line. Again, you're starting at 0, 2. Plot another point by moving right 4 digits, or units, excuse me, and down 3 units. Draw a line. Let me show you the other way to do this. You could have, let me erase this stuff first. You could have started at 2 again. Again, you want to start at 2. You could have moved down negative 3 first. I always do my rise first, which is down. 1, 2, 3. Oops, 3. Now I'm here. Now I run positive. Positive's heading towards the right. So at that dot, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, this is my point that I plot. I don't even technically need the lines that I just drew. That's just showing slope. Put those 2 dots and draw a line through them. Parallel and perpendicular lines. All you really need to know about parallel lines. 2 parallel lines have the same slope. Same slope. If they're parallel, they have the same slope. For example, this slope is 2. Let me show you how it's 2. Pick 2 points. Let's pick this point, and let's pick this point right here. You can see from the first point, I go up 2. That's positive 2. And then I go over 1. So this is 2, this is 1. 2 over 1, slope is 2. Let's look at line B. I'm just going to pick 2 points. That's not a point. Right here, and let's even go up here. I'm going to rise first. 1, 2. So I rise 2. How many do you move to the right? Going right is a positive, positive 1. Again, same slope. These lines are parallel. If they are perpendicular, like line A and line C, what happens now are the slopes have negative reciprocals of each other. Let's talk about negative reciprocals. Line A has a slope of, let's check. It does say it, but I want to show you how you can find slope. So from the first dot, I move up 1, 2. Move right 1. So line A has a slope of 2. The negative reciprocal of 2 is first make it a reciprocal. Remember, 2 is technically 2 over 1, so the reciprocal would be 1 over 2. What's the negative form of 1/2? Negative 1/2. Let's check line C. My slope for line C then should be negative 1/2. Again, this was line A. This is going to be line C. Let's check this though. Pick 2 points. That's where they intersect on the graph. I think that's intersecting at 0. So here, it doesn't matter which point you start at. I'm just going to start at the furthest left. I'm going to go down this time, down 1. That means it's negative 1 over 1, 2 to the right. Positive 2 because it's going towards the positive side of things. Isn't that it? Negative 1 down, positive 2 right. So that is the negative reciprocal. Finding slopes of parallel and perpendicular lines. First of all, make sure your equation is in slope-intercept form. You need to subtract 5x from both sides. So you have negative 5x plus 10. Then we want to divide by 2 by everything. You end up with negative 5 over 2x plus 5. If I'm telling you that a line is parallel to y equals negative 5/2 x plus 5, given that the slope of this line that I'm telling you, that I showed you, is negative 5 seconds, what would the parallel line of this have for its slope? It would have the same slope. So the slope of the parallel line, now it's the parallel line to this line. It's not this line that we just found. It's another line that's parallel to it, would also have the same slope. It would probably be written as y equals negative 5/2 x plus, and this y-intercept would be something different. Same slope, but the y-intercept would be different. If it is perpendicular, remember, the slope that we just found was negative 5 over 2. That was my equation. I'm saying if I graph this line, negative 5/2 x, plus, I think it was 5. It doesn't even matter. If this is the line, this slope right here is negative 5/2. So what's a perpendicular line to that? What would the slope of the perpendicular line be? Well, flip it. Flip the 5, flip the 2. It used to be a negative, so now my new slope is a positive. The negative reciprocal of negative 5 over 2 is positive 2 over 5. Go ahead and try this. Parallel lines for this one, same slope. That's all you have to say. Perpendicular lines for number 3, negative reciprocal. Regular slope was negative, perpendicular slope will be positive. Flip the 5 over 1, which is 1 over 5. For part 4, you have to solve for y equals. Subtract 2x from both sides. You will get negative 3y equals negative 2x plus 6. Divide by negative 3 to everything. And now I'm going to show you the answer because I'm running out of time. We'll talk more about this tomorrow. Perpendicular